Okay, so right now I'm in my garage. I don't know if I mentioned it in my last video. I think I might have. Anyway, but I got my Kx65 right here. I gotta clean the paint off the wheels. Being my stupid self, I tried to spray paint aluminum wheels. Should have had them powder coated, but I'm trying to sell my bike anyway. But I did spray paint a couple parts. Gotta clean up the pegs and paint them black. Get my clutch lever. I got my brake lever on. Gotta get my clutch lever back on. It's been sitting for so long, collecting dust. So, and I cleaned my pipe up. This is a stock pipe. They had paint on them, and I cleaned it up and took a torch around the welds to make it look like a works pipe. I gotta finish it, but anyway, right now I was out riding my bike today in the rain. So whenever you're riding a BMX bike, most of them, well, when you get into the really expensive BMX bikes, the really good ones, they got sealed bearings. These are pretty much sealed, but they still got some sand and dirt in them. And this is what you want to do every once in a while. You see, you want to take your crank out, so obviously take your rear wheel off. And you're gonna have a couple things to unscrew here. Well, what you do on a 3-piece crank, you take this bolt out here with the 6mm Allen. This is also a 6mm Allen, and you pull the you pull this piece off right here, and well, I guess not yet. And then on this side, the sprocket will come off, and then you got a bolt that unscrews the wrong way, while the other way, and another bolt that unscrews with a screwdriver or a hammer and a punch. Well, and actually you got a washer in between those. Just keep it sealed up with good 3-piece cranks. This is a ramp crank. Also got ramp wheels and whatnot. But I cleaned my bearings up. I just got done repacking them. So, and you're gonna want to put them in like this, balls first. Put your crank in like that, and don't forget to pack your the actual hub that holds the crank itself with grease. And I'm gonna wipe my hands off. And yeah, but I'm just putting it back together. Get this main bolt right here cleaned up, get the washer, and then the other bolt cleaned up. Put my crank back on, put new pedals on, because my pedals are a little bit screwed up right now. And eventually I'll get a new sprocket and a few other things, and I'm going to take my whole headpiece out and clean the bearings and repack the bearings on that, so it'll be good to ride tomorrow. And eventually I'll get new tires for it. I'll re-true my wheels, new handlebars, new headset, seat, sprocket, and new bearings for the crank, headset, and wheels. So I'll get that all back together and go back to my 65 for a minute. I got all my parts right here. They're not laid out on a bench like they should be, but I got all my parts here. And I believe I have my swing arm in the truck. Yep, I got my swing arm right here and my exhaust right there. I gotta get both of them cleaned up yet. The exhaust has still got some paint on it. And the swing arm I'm just gonna put back on for now with the paint that it has. And I'll get it put back together, have it looking, you know, somewhat nice, and hopefully sell it and sell my 250, and I'll get an 85, whether it be a CR85, Kx65, you know, whatever. But since I don't have any pedals right here, I'm gonna order some offline. Sorry guys, it's dark outside, but I have a hyper frame right here. I mean, it's the spinner. It's not very good. It's trash. But I have that frame right there, so I'll steal the pedals off of it. And I may actually go steal the headset bearings if I can get the the headset off. Because I cracked it. Well, I bent it. And now I can't get it off. And I was going to cut it off, but I'll see if I can find a sledgehammer or something just to pound it off with. Because I don't care about it anymore. I just want the bearings. And I don't know, I may put the front wheel off that bike on this one, or redo the bearings on this front wheel with the bearings off that one until I have enough money to buy bearings to redo the whole bike. But I mean, it is a good bike, a nice bike. It's just a little bit worn out. You know, it's over a year old. It's time for, you know, a little bit of a rebuild. It's a Sabrosa 20-inch Pro Frame. It's got the Rant headset, the Rant crank, the Rant 3-piece crank, the Rant wheels, and that's about it, I think, for all the Rant parts. Forks and framers Sabrosa, and the bars are just some aftermarket Amazon bars, and I got Van grips, and I can't remember what kind of seat I got. But yeah, I get my BMX bike back together, and new back fender for this thing. I might just redo the plastics altogether, but definitely get this back up and running. This thing runs pretty good. I've had it up over 50. It's just a little 65 bone stock, except for it's got a top end rebuild. It's got a top end rebuilt with Wiseco piston and whatnot, and the bottom end's rebuilt with all OEM parts. And the clutch, I got it. It could use a new clutch. It doesn't slip. It just if the bike's not warmed up, the clutch won't engage. So it could probably use a new clutch. But I mean, it runs good. I had a few of my buddies test it out. They said, you know, it runs pretty good. They know more than I ever will. Trent and Brogan, and needs new fork seals too. It's got oil leaking on the forks, so get some new fork seals. The back shock's good. The linkage bearings, all those are good. So, and my brother's working on my 250 now, so I'll probably have my 4-wheeler done here before too long. And like I said, get both of those sold, get an 85, and I don't know, I might start racing C-Class here maybe later this year with an 85, or next year with a 125, whichever comes first. But yeah, it's dark outside. This is just my dad's place. We got older reliable, his Power Stroke. Of course, you can't see it. His Escape. Flash is sitting there in the front yard. And I might do fishing videos later on in the year when it warms up. Got me a few fishing poles here. And I'm hopefully going to be getting a PC.